Modern life is built around a single, unremarkable action. When the sun goes down, you flip a switch, and light floods the room. We expect instant, unlimited illumination on demand. But for 300,000 years, every single one of our ancestors spent roughly half their lives in near total darkness. When the sun set, the world simply went black. Today, if you wake up at 2 in the morning and lie there in the dark, unable to fall back asleep, we generally view it as a malfunction. Modern medicine labels it as insomnia. Yet the ideal of sleeping in one continuous 8-hour block is a recent invention. For the vast majority of our time on Earth, human beings never slept that way. By flooding our evenings with electricity, we altered our bedtimes, but we also accidentally erased an entire biologically ingrained phase of human consciousness. Before we could control light, we were vulnerable prey. We have poor night vision compared to predators like leopards and hyenas. When daylight faded, early humans climbed a tree or found shelter to stay perfectly still. Moving at night simply meant becoming food. Records from South Africa's Wonderwerk Cave show humans controlling fire roughly 1 million years ago. A campfire provided warmth, but it also physically restructured the human clock. A fire projects a 30-foot safety circle, keeping predators back. Step into the dark, and attacks increase. By securing this perimeter, fire altered the human day. Instead of ending at sunset, this light radius added 2 to 4 usable hours to every evening. Those newly claimed hours allowed our ancestors to move past a strictly survival-based routine and allowed for the first regular periods of social free time. To understand how humans spent those extra hours, anthropologist Polly Wiesner traveled to the Kalahari Desert. She spent years observing groups still living a lifestyle closely resembling early human hunter-gatherers. She documented a stark divide in how these groups communicated. During the daylight hours, about 80% of their conversations were purely practical, focused on hunting logistics, economic negotiations, and harvesting plants. But after dark, the dynamic flipped. Around the fire, 81% of conversations shifted to stories. They shared tales of distant people, myths about the world, and jokes. The space around the flames acted as an original theater and classroom. Secure from the darkness, the mind was free to wander past immediate logistical needs and share ideas that existed outside the present moment. By adding hours to the day and shifting the focus of conversation towards storytelling, the campfire created the first consistent space for humans to build a shared culture. Even as civilization advanced, the way we slept remained tied to that darkness. In 2001, historian Roger Eckertz published the results of a 16-year search through historical records to see how pre-industrial humans actually rested. He uncovered over 500 references spanning centuries, from 15th century prayer books to Homer's Odyssey. Across varying cultures, the records pointed to a worldwide standard of what they called first sleep and second sleep. People went to bed shortly after sunset, slept for about 4 hours, and then woke up. They stayed awake for 1 to 2 hours in the middle of the night, called the watch, using the quiet time to reflect or think, before going back to sleep until dawn. In 1992, psychiatrist Thomas Weir tested if this pattern was cultural or biological. He stripped a group of modern volunteers of all artificial light, leaving them with 14 hours of complete darkness every night. Without prompting, participants reverted to an ancient schedule, a 4-hour sleep block, a wakeful period, and a second 4-hour sleep block. During that middle wakeful window, their brains produced elevated levels of prolactin, the exact hormone released during deep meditation. The historical watch was a distinct biological state of consciousness, one that subjects described as peaceful and reflective, and it is currently lying dormant inside us. The elimination of that state happened quickly. After centuries of medieval curfews where towns mandated fires be covered at night, cities began installing street lighting to combat crime. By the mid-1800s, gas lamps were making the urban night navigable. In 1879, Thomas Edison commercialized the electric light bulb. Within a single generation, the natural rhythm of the night vanished from our daily lives. Today, our bodies face a physiological conflict with modern screens. When blue light hits your retina at 11 at night, your brain interprets it as daytime. It instantly suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating our sleep cycles. Our circadian rhythm remains highly responsive to the dark. Researchers have found that if people go camping for just 1 week without any artificial light, their melatonin cycles reset by nearly 2 hours to align with sunset. This suggests that waking up at 2 in the morning is not a failure of the body. It is an ancient biological memory trying to execute its original programming. We have blocked out the natural night sky so thoroughly that the galaxy is now invisible to the average person. A dense view of the Milky Way isn't a rare spectacle. It was the exact visual baseline our ancestors lived under every single night. By making light as simple as a switch, we traded away our oldest connection to our own biology, our restorative rhythm, and the stars.